All right, we're going into the mailbag.
We're going to jump right into the bag.
All right, we got Peter and Tracy M. from Sarasota, Florida. And they are saying that their 10-month-old was recently diagnosed with chickenpox, but they thought it didn't exist anymore. Can you please comment?
Okay. So growing up,
Yeah.
I got the chickenpox.
Yeah.
Right? And I thought I was dying because it just looked awful.
Yeah.
It was basically, I don't know if we'll call them
Pox.
Sores or pox.
They're like chickenpox.
And they itched, right?
Right.
And, obviously went away. I typically don't hear of the chickenpox anymore. I believe, and again, don't quote me on this, there is a vaccine for the chickenpox. Why does this kid at 10 months have the chickenpox?
Yeah, it's less common because the majority of people now are vaccinated. So when you have a large population that's vaccinated against something, it's less likely to occur, and then you're less likely to transmit it to other people. So you're right. It's not that it doesn't exist. We just don't see it as much because most people are vaccinated. We give the varicella vaccine, the vaccine for chickenpox, when a child's around 15 months of age.
Oh, okay.
So we all remember it was prior to the vaccine. Yes, it was a week of misery. At best, you got this rash all over your body that was extremely itchy, often fever for a couple of days. Then the rash scabbed over and you went back to school. People even talked about chickenpox parties where people got together and said, well, we're all going to get it eventually. Let's all just get it now, which isn't really, we really don't want to do that because chickenpox, even though it could just be a week of a bad rash and fever, it can cause more serious illness. I mean, you could get pneumonia, you could get meningitis. Some people even die of chickenpox. Is it common? No, but we try not to expose ourselves to things that can be really dangerous. And nowadays, because of the vaccine, it's funny, my generation of doctors, I'm 48, saw chickenpox, but very rarely saw measles. The doctors older than me saw measles, then we had a measles vaccine. So I haven't seen a lot of kids with measles. The next generation doctors, think about that, will have never seen chickenpox or very rarely seen chickenpox as we eliminate these viruses and infections with vaccines. So it's unfortunate this child had chickenpox. It's less common because most people around them are usually vaccinated. Hopefully this child did well, and usually it is just a rash, sometimes fever, and then it resolves. And then once you get it, you get natural immunity, so you don't have to be vaccinated from it.
No.
You have lifelong immunity.
Oh, okay. So I have lifelong immunity.
Yes.
Not pertaining to chickenpox, but another question has kind of arisen over the years, and I don't know if you know anything about head lice.
Oh, yeah. Another thing, I'm going to itch now the rest of the podcast. Thank you.
So growing up, the kids who got head lice in my school, we just thought they're dirty, right?
Nice. Yeah.
But then my sister ended up getting it. So then, of course, we changed our view on that. So it's the home. It's not.
It's nice of you to feel that way.
So head lice. A, why don't I see it prevalent in adults? And B, what is it?
Yeah, they're like little mites, like little bugs that get in your scalp. Super, super itchy. It's more common in kids because once one gets it, they're sharing things. They're, touching each other's head, combs, hats, things like that. The actual lice don't live long on inanimate objects. They die pretty quickly, but it's just contact back and forth. Adults, we're not doing that as much. And kids also tend to be in a lot of close quarters schools together. So, one child gets it and then you're going to get that notice from school saying everybody's getting combed. You want to make sure you have to get rid of the lice. You kill the lice there's a shampoo, but you also have to get the eggs because what happens is you get the lice, but then there's still eggs. The eggs hatch a week later and then you got a whole nother batch of lice. So you hear about these people that, comb the hair and get out the nits, the little white eggs, and you're looking at me like I'm crazy.
No,
because visualizing it, and then it gets better.
My head, has been itching, for the last month, right?
Maybe you haven't.
No, but I think it's a form of psoriasis that's on my head.
It's just dandruff.
I don't know.
I feel like if you had something like lice, I see you just like wanting to like
Rip my hair out.
rip your hair out. Like, I don't think you could take the visual in your head of the bug in your head multiplying.
When you say laying eggs,
Yeah.
that's where I go, if I had lice,
Mhm.
everything in my house would be burned.
Yeah.
Gone.
That's it.
Get
You
rid
probably
of
would you shave your head?
I don't know if I would go that far. Yeah, just interesting. Did your kids get lice?
They haven't.
They haven't.
And they haven't had pinworms yet.
See, I feel like your kids skipped all the things that you think my kids are going to get.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Because
why,
I think your kids are dirty.
No.
The opinions expressed in this program are not intended as professional medical advice, as a diagnosis, as a treatment protocol, or as a substitute for professional medical advice from your physician. Please consider your own medical history and consult with your own physician for your specific healthcare and/or medical needs and about your concerns for yourself and your family.